What's up, everybody? Welcome to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So today we're going to cover the City Championship. So for those who don't know, who haven't played for very long, Cities was probably one of my favorite times, and a lot of people would also say it's their favorite times as well. They were a little bit smaller. Oh man, I can't say smaller in the States because States doesn't exist either at this point. So basically, they're big. They're probably as big as a League Cup. That's the best way I can put it. So they're about the size of League Cups. Yes. That's the correct thing to say. So they are the same sizes of League Cups. And what they would traditionally do is there would be marathons of these city championships. And they would be around this time. They would be around, December, January, when everybody had, work off, the holidays. Everybody sat down to play Pokemon. I had a notification on my Facebook saying, talking about the city championship and, how for like 3 or 4 years straight we just went to the Tennessee Marathon and stuff like that. So what we're going to do today is actually watch a city championship. Now the cities were interesting because every day would be like the same people, and you had to like kind of think like, okay, do I play the same deck as yesterday because I know what won, I know what people played, and do you change your meta? Do you change your deck or not? Because the same people pretty much showed up the same days. You would have a couple other people show up. I know Tennessee had a marathon. I know Georgia had a marathon. I know Texas had a marathon. I know Chicago had a marathon. And so what we're going to look at today is part of the Chicago Marathon. Now, if you ever want to watch old YouTube videos and even current YouTube videos, there's a YouTuber called Bullados. It's Bullados. I'll have a link down below to his YouTube channel. Does fantastic things for the Pokemon community, has been recording for forever, and you ever want to watch videos, just make sure you check this. I'm going to go ahead and mute it. There's no commentary, it's just live footage of this them playing. And so what we have is the 2012 City Championship, and this is, like I said, from the Chicago area. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to see the finals, right? And I had to look for this. I had to look for a game that was like very, very cool to see. And this is it, right? So we have Eeels Mewtwo versus Blastoise. Two of the big decks during that time. We're going to see some back and forth action. I'm excited. And this is the finals. This is one of my favorite players of all time. Jay on the right, playing against Tyler on the left. Jay is going to play his Blastoise deck. And on the left, we are going to see an Eeels Mewtwo deck. This is a pretty big time. Mewtwo Wars are a thing at this point. We actually saw the finals of Nationals in the last way back Wednesday. So what we're gonna do too is actually link articles. There's a lot of links down below. We'll have a link to Bullados. We'll have a link to Jay's article where he talks about playing. I think it was 6 days worth. 5, 6, 7. I believe it was 7 days straight. 8 days straight. Yeah, 8 days of playing Pokemon, just like every day, just grinding and getting points. And I miss that. I want that back. Because that was the fun times for me. Every day, just waking up with your friends, going to another cities, playing Pokemon. And so what we're going to talk about today is this video. And it's going to be, like I said, Eeels versus Blastoise. And on the left, we see Tyler starting. It is 2x speed, so we see double Dynamos here. There's a N. Both players are going to shuffle up against 6 new cards because both players have just now started. We see Tyler does start with double Dynamo. That's what you want to do. You want to get your Eels out, get those electrics online. It looks like Jay started with double Squirtle Kyurem and a Keldeo EX with that Seeker Sorted Russian ability. Tyler does get that Mewtwo and the DC Skyro Bridge Retreat, and we're going to see an X Ball here for 40. If you don't know, Mewtwo does X Ball 20 times the amount of energy on both Pokemon. Skyro Bridge makes Pokemon have 1 less retreat cost, so we see the Dynamo Retreat. Mewtwo comes up and do an X Ball. But you have to watch out because this Kyurem can retaliate. So you see a Skyla from Jay. Going to search for a trainer card. Going to grab an Ultra Ball here. And Jay's just going to thin his, look through his deck, make sure it's priced. Alright, so let's see what Jay decides to do here. He's got a rare candy in hand, so he does have, looks like he, is pretty locked on getting that Blastoise out. You do see a Water G from Jay, and we're actually just going to see it pass. And we see Tyler getting double Electric out, and we see an N. Now, this is very good for Tyler. It looks like he had an N at Skyla, but the N's obviously the better play. He only had 2 cards in hand, and plus Jay, just like Skyla for Ultra Ball. So you know he has the Ultra Ball Rare Candy Blastoise in hand. Blastoise does have that Deluge ability, let you attach a million Water Gs from your hand to your Pokemon. Oh man, good times, good times. So we're gonna see both players gonna get 6 new cards here, and let's see what happens. We see Tyler does play catcher. There's computer search in his deck. All these good cards from this format are alive, and let's see what Tyler does here. Looks like he has maybe okay. There's another Mewtwo coming down, and it looks like we will see some Dynamotors. Dynamotors, attach a lightning energy from just crowd to one of your Pokemon on your bench, and that's where we see Mewtwo getting those energies. Another Dynamo has hit the field, and we see another X Ball for 40, bringing that Kyurem up to 80. Kyurem does have 130 HP, not 180. Holy cow, that'd be crazy. Let's see what Jay decides to do here. So Jay did have that Red Candy Blastoise, and this Blastoise deck is a little more complicated because you do have to get the Blastoise online, you got to get the Water Gs, but once you get it online, you're good to go. Computer Search Skyla. So with Computer Search and Skyla, you know there's a Blastoise coming out. You know for sure it's a Rare Candy Blastoise. So they receive their Rare Candy. Computer Search has already been played. We're definitely going to see a Blastoise come out with that Deluge ability. Attach many Water Gs as you want, and they receive Blastoise coming out. Tropical Beach has hit the field from Jay's side. And if you don't know what Tropical Beach does, it lets you draw. You have 7 cards in your hand, and your turn ends. So very nice. Tropical Beach comes out. Jay is now setting up. We see a love ball from Tyler. Let's see what he decides to get here. Maybe another eel. Okay, so we see another eel come down. Computer Search discarding double max potion, saying, hey, I don't care about healing my guys this game. We're going to swing big. And, yeah. See double max potion being discarded. It looks like he is going to eyeball that. Juniper going to discard their hand, draw 7 new cards. Just trying to get that consistency. Get maybe another Mewtwo setup. Maybe find a DCE to take a knockout this turn. I guess a single energy would take a knockout. And we've seen Eviolite. Eviolite does mess with the Mewtwo math. And we'll explain that if it does come up. So we see an Eviolite coming up to Mewtwo. So what this does, 20, 40, 60, 20, 40, 60, 80 is 160, right? It's 20, 40, 60, 80. So 160. So you need 4 energies, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 100 minus 20 is 180. I can't remember the math right now. I'm not going to lie to you. I can't remember the math on Mewtwo Wars. Okay, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 100 times 2 is... This is before weakness? I think Eviolite is before before weakness. Let's see this. I think that's what it is. Let me look real quick. Oh, after applying weakness. Interesting. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So that's 200. Mewtwo only has 180 HP, so I don't... After applying resistance. I thought it was before. I have to figure that out one more time. I thought it was before, and that makes more sense. But anyway, we've seen X-Ball come out. It can mess up the Keldeo math here. Maybe it's not so much for the Mewtwo. Maybe it's for Keldeo. Just make your guys a little bit tankier. So see double energy be attached with Deluge. We've seen another Keldeo come down Mewtwo. And going to put Tyler at 4. Jay is... Oh, no. Tyler's going to get 5 because he's only knocked out a Kyurem, whatever we call it. And right now, Secret Sword is going to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 20 is 70. Okay. So let's see what happens with Jay. Does he find more energies for that Keldeo? Now, with this Keldeo, you do have to watch out because the more energies you stack on Keldeo, the heavier Mewtwo can swing. We do see 2 energies going to Mewtwo. We see that retreat, and yeah, we're going to see the X-Ball knockout. So the math, yeah, I was right. The math, yeah, doesn't really change. We see another energy being attached. So now, right now, we're on Mewtwo Wars, right? We got 1 Mewtwo, swinging another Mewtwo, 24, 60, 80, 100. Tyler's going to take a knockout on this Mewtwo, and now we're into the Mewtwo War of 2012. We do see a Skyla. You can see Tyler. He's skyling for an Ultra Ball, discarding these 2 to find another Mewtwo, most likely. You got to think we're going to see another Mewtwo hit the field. And Noah Bufflon, maybe his other Mewtwo is prized. Okay, it's got that Gold Breaker attack, that Boofer ability, and make where it takes less damage. And we do see double Dynamotor going into that Bufflon. Let's see what Jay does here. Going to take out a knock on the Mewtwo, go down to 3 prize cards. Jay will send up that Keldeo. And can Jay retaliate with his own Mewtwo? He does have Ultra Ball plus Energy Retrieval. So Energy Retrieval will allow him to get back 2 Water Energies. Delusion if he wants to. So he discarded in. Discard Rare Candy. Going to grab himself a Mewtwo. Right. And then we're going to see Jay has to retreat this Keldeo. Now, I think at the time... Was Floatstone a thing? That's what I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Floatstone's definitely a thing here, right? It has to be. So, Deluge, Retrieval for 2. See, Deluge to the active. Juniper. maybe there is no Floodstone. And now does Jay have one more water energy? We see a Wrecking Blastoise. We see another Deluge. Mewtwo come up. And now Jay's 2. Tyler's at 3. We see some Mewtwo come down. Triple Dynamotor. We see a retreat into the Mewtwo and a lightning energy attachment, and yeah, we'll see a knockout. So with the triple Eels, with the 2, once again, we're slamming back and forth. Now it's up to Jay to find his own Mewtwo or wait to knock out this Mewtwo with his own Keldeo. That could be a thing we could see here. I don't know how many retrievals Jay is down. We do see Super Rod, Shuffle back in Mewtwo, double water energy. Well, let's keep a 3 combination of Pokemon and energy, so that's what we see there. Let's see what Jay finds. He does have another Ultra Ball. Discards a Keldeo and a Rare Candy. Gotta find another Mewtwo. So now Jay just needs to find the 2 water energies. There's 1, and there's N. Alright, so this is gonna put Tyler at 1. Jay's gonna get 2. And I imagine we're gonna see a Tropical Beach from Jay. So Jay's gonna, hope that Tyler does not have way to power up this Mewtwo. He would need like Catcher DCE to knock out this Mewtwo on the bench, because it needs 5 to do 200. So we'll see if that can happen. What Tyler could also do is retreat this Mewtwo into Boufflant and just Gold Breaker this turn. It doesn't do a lot of damage because it's not an EX Pokemon. So we see some Delusion happening. We see Keldeo come up, and we see a Beach here. Okay. So on to Tyler's turn. Let's see what happens. We do see the energies. We do see the end. I'm going to put Jay down to just 2. Now Jay can send out the Boufflant and go for a Gold Breaker. I would be more of a fan if Jay kept that Blastoise in the active spot. But I guess because it only has 1 prize card, maybe that's why. So we do see 120 come down from Goldbreaker. I'm like pretty sure. Oh, we see a catcher. And we see energy retrieval. Oh, man. So he needs 1 more energy. And there's a Juniper. And he's got plenty of water energy. So, yep. Or he needs 2 more, yeah. He needs 5 total to take a knockout. Let me look up Boufflant real quick. I'm pretty sure I know what it does. Let's see here. So yeah, we see Mewtwo Wars happening. There it is. Yeah, so if it's an EX, it does 60 more damage. Yeah, base 60, EX 60 more. I guess the Blastoise would have been safe. Jay knows this deck better than I do, though, of course. I'm trying to see if in his article if he has his list on here. Let's see if we can scroll up and find it real quick before we start the next game. I think he played the same deck? I don't know. I haven't read this article in such a long time. Oh, yeah, here it is. It's the same one. No, that's Darkrai. Okay. I think he switches back. There's a Dynamo list that he played. You want to see 2012 list. This is the article you want to see. There's a lot of... well, this is also the CD Championship format, too, so it's a little bit different. So, there it is. No, this one plays... this might be it. It does play... Sigilyph, but only 1 Mewtwo. No, that's not it. I don't know. I don't see his list in here. Anyways, we're shuffling going to game 2. It is best 2 to 3 in the finals. And we'll see what happens. It basically came to a Mewtwo war, and Jay was the first one to strike. So, well, we see Tyler does have Zekrom. We see a DC to Mewtwo. We see an Ultra Ball discarding Boufflant and Catcher. Getting Dynamo. If you're curious, those catchers aren't coin flips. They just say bring a Pokemon to the bench to the active. Which you see a Bianca drawn up to 6 cards. Okay. But no other Dynamo. We just see an X-Ball 440. Alright, on to Jay's turn. Let's see what happens. We see an Ultra Ball. Going to discard. Let's see. Water Energy. And is that a Sealant? Is that a Silent? I think that's how you say its name. Probably the only time you ever saw this card being played, really. Maybe a one of another decks. So, especially with VS Seeker and stuff like that. But it looks like Tyler really doesn't have much on his hand either. We see a Skyla from Jay, probably going to have a Tropical Beach. And most likely just going to see a Beach for 7. Wants to find that Rare Candy, Blastoise. We see a Catcher bringing up the Zekrom, just trying to stall. And yeah, we'll see Jay draw up to 7 cards. Alright, so on to Tyler's turn. Finds a Dynamo. He does have Skyla. He's got a Lightning Energy. Probably put a Lightning on the other Mewtwo, I think. So we see Skyla here. Could grab an Ultra Ball. That could be a thing he could do. Discard the Lightning Energy. Maybe finding an Eeels if he wants to go that way. And then he could Beach for a couple cards. That could be a thing we could see here. And looks like we are going to see a switch. Okay. Is Tyler going to be really aggressive and just knock out the Squirtle? That's what we might see here. And just try to be really aggressive. Take a knock on the Squirtle. Put himself down to 5 prize cards. Put a Lightning on that Mewtwo. I do like that play. It makes it where Jay needs 3 energies to knock out his instead of just like a DCE attachment. I don't think Jay's playing DCs though. It'd be crazy to see that in a Blastoise list. We see an Ultra Ball discarding water and an N. And there is a Blastoise. So you know Rare Candy Blastoise is coming down. There we go. And Jay does have a catcher. Going to bring up the other Mewtwo. And we see a Juniper. Just going to shuffle up real quick. Because he did play an Ultra Ball. And what can happen here? Well, if Jay finds... Well, he needs a lot of energies to one-shot that Mewtwo. He needs 4. So... Maybe Jay just brought up the Mewtwo just to stall while he sets up. Maybe noticing like, hey, I really can't take a knockout. We see a Keldeo come down. Keldeo does have that Russian ability, can send it from the bench to the active. I don't think I talked about it in the last game at all. I don't think we mentioned that. There's Computer Search, discarding Squirtle, and an N. Going to search for any card in his deck and put it into his hand. We do see Retrieval, just showing him, hey, I'm getting this Retrieval. He doesn't have to show it. Jay's being a champ right now, saying, hey, I'm just going to grab this Retrieval real quick. We're going to get back 2 water energies. We can attach it to Keldeo, rush in, seek a sword for 110. There we go. It does 50 plus 20 for each water G attached to your to your guy. We do see a max potion healing that damage off of Mewtwo. Eviolite gonna reduce that damage by 20, and we do see a Juniper. Now he does have it's got multiple love balls here. You can find multiple Eels. Looks like he's got a DC in hand. He can realistically take a knockout on this guy if he wants to. So let's see. Does he go super aggressive? Looks like he's going to power up multiple Pokemon. Just powering up different Mewtwo's. So we see Water G, Juniper. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Jay does need a lot to knock out this Mewtwo in the active spot, though. Only does 130, minus 20 is 110. He needs to do 170. So he needs quite a bit of more energy. So let's see if Jay can do it. If he can find a way to knock out this Mewtwo and take the first like EX knockout, then he looks really good. There's a Chiron coming down with a Glaciate attack. There's a Mewtwo. Oh, will we see Mewtwo War? No. We just see Keldeo swing. Do 110. It does do 130, but minus 20 because of Eviolite. So let's see what Tyler does here. It looks like he has a Lightning Energy. He can maybe start setting up a bench Zekrom. Okay, we see an N. Both players are going to shuffle up here. Going to get 6 new cards. Oh, Tyler's going to get 5 because he knocked out a Squirtle. G's going to get 6 because he hasn't taken a prize card just yet. But Tyler needs to draw some cards. Let's see what we got here. So see Eviolite. Can Eviolite maybe the other Mewtwo if he wants to? I don't think there's anything bad about doing that. Okay, Eviolite the Zekrom. And we see Mewtwo taking the knockout on the Keldeo, going down to 3 prize cards on the Jay's turn. And let's see, can he retaliate? There's 1, 2, 3, so he has enough for the knockout. Gotta bring up the other one. And Skyla, okay, so he's going to say, hey, I'm going to knock out this fresh Mewtwo. So we see Skyla 4N. Of course, you can't play 2 supporter cards. And it's going to go to the hand for next turn. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. See a knockout. Zekrom will come up. And does Tyler find a way to power up 2 Mewtwo's? If he can find a way to power up 2 Mewtwo's, then he pretty much has game on board. Like, if he can power up a new Mewtwo, so we see Juniper discard his hand, draw 7 new cards. Can he find another Mewtwo? We see Computer Search. And if this finds another Mewtwo, then Tyler's going to be really far ahead. Because if he can power up both, he can knock out the Mewtwo, have a Mewtwo for next turn to take a following knockout. And I think that's... Okay, no, Max Potion, discarding the DCE. There's a DC attachment. Going to retreat into the Mewtwo. Dynamotors. And take a knockout going out of 1 prize card. So it's 1 to 4. See what Jay does here. Going to set up the Kyurem. Okay, going to draw a card. There's a Keldeo. See, Double Deluge N. Okay. So Jay's going to put Tyler at 1 card. Jay's going to be able to Tropical Beach and draw cards. And then it's going to be up to Tyler. Does he want to swing or does he want to Tropical Beach himself? So see, it looks like we do have another Water G, Mewtwo, and we see a beach here. All right. So on to Tyler's turn. Going to end Jay down to another low hand size here. Now he can swing with that Mewtwo, putting 40 on Kyurem, and then he can follow up the next turn with a Zekrom for a knockout on that Kyurem if he wants to do it that way. Or Tyler could just beach here. Be interesting to see what he decides to do. It looks like he is just going to retreat and just going to outrage for 20. Okay. Now, what this does, if you swing with that Zekrom, you do 130 or 120. You don't knock out the Kyurem. And then you put yourself in a weird situation of where he could just retaliate back or outrage back to you. So I think that's the reason behind it. We do see a retrieval. Going to get 2 water energies. Going to attach it to Keldeo. We see Keldeo and Juniper. Now, what Jay's probably looking for is a catcher to bring up that bench Mewtwo and enough energies to knock it out. So, see another retrieval. Again, 2 more water energies. That is a loaded up Keldeo. Catcher bringing it up. And I'm not going to do the math. I'll let them figure it out. There's a Love Ball for a Tynamo. Okay. Let's see what Tyler has here. I believe that Keldeo is weak to grass. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's weak to grass. And we see a Juniper. Discard the hand, draw 7 new cards. We do have a catcher and a Lightning. Can knock out the Kyurem on the bench. And we're going to game 3 of the first City Championship we're talking about. Well, it's exciting times. Back and forth Mewtwo Wars. I think that Max Potion was definitely real clutch, right? I mean, it was hard for Jay to knock it out. So that Max Potion really nice. And yeah, like I said, for game number 3, Mewtwo Wars. That's what 2012 was about. If you weren't there, you're not missing out on much. You're just missing out on the Mewtwo Wars. It was fun. It was fun. I remember Mewtwo's were like 60 or 70 bucks at one point. Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure that's how high they were. But then they eventually came out with like promos. I'm trying to think of this time if the promos existed or not. I have to look at the cards and see. I know one's playing full art, so interesting times. 2012 Mewtwo Wars. It's all about who gets out of the Mewtwo's. Jay went the Blastoise route. Tyler playing the Eeels route. Both are fine choices. It's kind of up to you, your preference. And we're going to game number 3. And I imagine Jay's going to opt to go first here. We're going to try to get that Blastoise set up. Turn 2. Put some pressure on very quickly. I'm going to see Jay get 6 prize cards out. And let's see what happens. All right. So both players are going to get some cards here. Looks like, okay, let's got Bufflon or Zekrom. Who does he want to start? I'm going to start that Bufflon, okay. All right, let's go into game number 3. What do you see? An Ultra Ball discarding water and a water energy. Okay, so this is probably going to grab another Squirtle, I imagine. I'm going to get double Squirtle out just in case, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I think double Squirtle is definitely the play at the beginning. And yep, it does have that ability where it can't be hurt on the bench too, which is pretty good because Landers was definitely a scary card. We do see a Water G attachment to Mewtwo. Nope, Skyla. Gonna grab probably a Tropical Beach here. Skyla tier 1 for Beach is such a good play. Just making it where you get Tropical Beach. Help to hit that rare candy Blastoise. Start setting up. Jay's gonna look through his deck real quick, see what's prized, what's not prized. And what they're playing for, as you see, they're playing for a Boundaries Crossed booster box and a city championship trophy. Oh, got one right here. Look at this. They look like this. If you're curious, this is what they look like. Oh yeah, beautiful. Like I said, same size as the League Cup. So, all right. See Skyward Bridge immediately come out. Jay did do Tropical Beach to end his turn. See Tyler's got a Lightning Energy. Skyla. Now let's see. He's got a Juniper for next turn, but doesn't even have an Eel. He's eyeballing in. I think Juniper might be the best play. I don't know what's in his hand. Looks like he will grab an in for next turn. Now, does Jay have the Rare Candy Blastoise, a million energies? But I don't know if that's what you want to do here. You usually don't want to give up the first, unless... Yeah, you don't want to attach so many energies that a Mewtwo can follow up for a knockout, right? So I think, something like attacking with this Kyurem right here is probably the better play. So Skyla's could grab another Beach here. But Jay knows that Tyler has an in. So that would seem kind of, unproductive, I guess. Because it will just get, end away. And Jay knows he's getting a new hand next turn. So see energy will get 2 energy on that Kyurem. Does he have a way to retreat that Mewtwo or not? Because that Buffon can attack and do 120 to the Mewtwo. And we see a free retreat Oh, it has a 1 retreat cost because Skyro Bridge give it -1 and it had a 2 retreat cost to give it 1. Now that Buffalon can knock out that Squirtle. It does do 60. But like I said, you don't want to leave Mewtwo in the axe spot and get hit. You're trying to make sure your Mewtwo is not the first one to take a hit. And we see that's what Jay retreated it. He's like, all right, I already got Blastoise. I don't care if this Squirtle takes a hit, gets knocked out. So we see a Tynamo come down. We see a Love Ball for another Tynamo most likely. And it's going to be interesting to see if Jay goes for a Glaciate play and put 30 damage on everybody. That could be really cool to see. All right, so now, I mean, it looks like we're going to have a good game here. Looks like we're going to have a good game. Nobody's really started. Okay, no knockout on the Squirtle. Ooh, interesting. And that Squirtle does have free retreat, so Keldeo comes down. I don't know. I don't think you power up Keldeo here. It's a very scary thing to do. Because if you power up Keldeo, can Tyler retaliate with a can he retaliate with the Mewtwo, right? That's what you gotta ask yourself if you're Jay. So see what happens. Both players are gonna get 6 new cards, neither player's taking a prize card. Tyler does have the Mewtwo DCE catcher in hand, so he can't start going about that way. Alright, and then we see a catcher, free retreat, and we are going to see a Glaciate. Alright, there we go. There we go. Does that Buffalon only take... Should that Buffalon take 10? Oh, it places damage, that's why. Okay, so we're good. Catcher up to Keldeo. Switch into the Mewtwo. And we see a Juniper. So now, Tyler has opened himself up to Mewtwo Wars. Right? Jay needs to find 3 energies. We see 6 of 6 on prize cards. And Tyler is going to make the first move here. Alright, so Eeels going to come down. Yeah, I forgot Kyron places damage counter, so we don't care about Boofer at all. And I think we're going to see the first Mewtwo swing for 80. Now what this does, it allows Tyler next turn to take a knockout with Buffalon, if he wants to do it that way. Looks like we do see a computer search. Looks like we are going to see another Eel. So double Eels had hit the field. Tyler could maybe double Dynamotor onto Mewtwo's. One thing that Tyler could do is maybe end Jay down to like 2 cards at the end. No lightnings in the discard pile, so just 40 damage. And they receive retrieval for 1 water energy. Juniper discard the hand, draw 7 new cards. Can Jay find 5 water energies? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. So we see Rick to another Blastoise. Oh no, he only needed 3 because Skyro Bridge. Oh yeah. Wow, okay, alright, there we go. Mewtwo taking the knockout. Now on to Tyler's turn. He does. You know, he could retaliate with his own Mewtwo if there's 2 lightnings, but I don't think there's 2 lightnings in the discard pile. We do see a Bianca drawing 6 new cards, does have the DCE, so he can take a knockout here with his own Mewtwo, and that's what we're going to see. Double Dynamotor, no, just 1 Dynamotor because Skyro Bridge is in play. I think he put it back on there because that Skyro only gives it 1 retreat. So, and they're discussing that right now. Because there's no lightnings in the discard pile either way. Eviolite. Attach. No. Can't. Attach DC for turn. There we go. Everybody's catching it. We're good. So Mewtwo take a knockout. Go down to 4. We see Mewtwo. Oh, man. Does Jay have a... Okay, there's... Oh, my goodness. Sealer comes down. I think it allows you to get 3 or 5 energies out of your deck. We do see just a 3. Attach it to Mewtwo. Oh, my goodness. We see retreat. Just a 1. Attach... Well, I don't know if it's attach or deluge. Doesn't matter. All right, so let's see. Skyla is going to find Super Rod to get back Mewtwo. So triple Mewtwo being shuffled back in the deck. With DC Ultra Ball, going to grab another Mewtwo. All right, let's see what happens here. Actually, the Goldberger doesn't knock out the Keldeo, as I said. So that's unfortunate. So you do see, all right, here it is. Mewtwo. Does Jay have a way to get another Mewtwo out this turn? That's what it's going to come down to. It's still 2-2 on prize cards. We do see a Water Energy, Tropical Beach, Juniper. Okay. What Jay could do here is double Glaciate as well, too. All right. So we see Catcher bringing up that Eel, trying to get it stuck in the active spot. We might see Glaciate here. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. Doing 30 everywhere. On to Tyler's turn. Because Tyler, like, he can maybe knock out the Keldeo, but it's really hard to do. But that max potion is really clutch here because it makes it where Jay can't Glaciate to knock out the Eel on the bench. Now, he does have catcher, but I don't think it... Oh, he didn't catcher. I think you catcher up the Keldeo. I don't know. There's no way you can probably knock out the... Yeah, there's no way you can knock out the Keldeo this turn. That'd be crazy. So did you see a Lightning Energy go to a Eel? And the Lightning Energy going to maybe... Like, if he were to somehow Gold Breaker this turn onto that Keldeo, that could be really nice. But then he would have to, like, somehow zap the Keldeo on the bench. And I guess he must have 7 cards in his hand because he doesn't beach here. So into Jay's turn, okay. See what Jay has. Can Jay find a way to knock out the Mewtwo on the bench? That's the question right now. Because if not, those Eels are going to keep powering up that Mewtwo. So let's see what Jay does here. Does Jay have a way to knock out this Mewtwo on the bench? Because that's really where it's at. That Zekrom's not an EX or anything. The Overseas Computer Search discarding double Ultra Ball. Okay. So Jay has his Computer Search still. As you see, Computer Search is definitely the best ace spec at this time. I think some people play DOS Machine, but not as much. So Super Rod. See if Super Rod gets him back. Maybe some Mewtwo's. Maybe some Water Energy. Let's see, so he's playing the Super Rod. Let's see, Mewtwo and double Water Energy. Okay. Gonna shuffle up. So Jay needs to find... He needs to find Mewtwo, 2 Water Energies, and a catcher. So he's got the catcher for the Mewtwo. Okay. They receive Juniper, discard his hand, draws 7 new cards. And there's Mewtwo, Energy, and a Water Energy. So Jay will take it down in the finals. And yeah, there we go. There's Mewtwo Wars. That's crazy, right? Oh, good times. 2012 City Championship. Like I said, if you never experienced City Championships, I'm sorry. Maybe the TOs can get together and like somehow make it where their League Cups are all this like same week or something. That would be pretty cool if we see that in 2022. This is almost 10 years old. That's crazy to think about too. Can we do a throwback to City Championships 2012, 2011, whatever year you want to talk about? And maybe make a League Cups happen. That'd be pretty cool. But guys, there we go. The Mewtwo Wars. They're a thing. They were very fun. It was who took out the knockout first of Mewtwo and who could just keep powering at the Mewtwo's and taking knockouts over and over again. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the City Championships, about Mewtwo Wars. It was all fun times. And, man, I can't wait to play Pokemon again. Alrighty, guys. Bye.